Welcome back, it's Matt Rogers, Skywatcher. It's the 10th of the 5th, 2017, and it's now 5:32. And again, we've got some strange weather patterns happening all over the world. A 3.4 magnitude earthquake shakes Puget Sound region. And there's lots of other earthquakes that have been reported all over the world as well. Here's the short report about this earthquake. Puget Sound area early Wednesday. The quake registered at 3.4 magnitude and occurred at 1:15 a.m. and it centered about 2 miles northeast of Bremerton in the channel of the small community of Exeter, according to the U.S. Geological Survey earthquake website. The earthquake was about 25 kilometers deep. The shaking was widely felt across the Puget Sound region, according to the USGS felt map. There were no initial reports of damage or injuries. This is the latest in the series of small earthquakes that have shaken the region since May the 4th. 30 earthquakes have been recorded since then, mostly underneath Sinclair Inlet. That's the waterway used of the ferry boats to travel between Seattle and Bremerton. See, these earthquakes are small, but they're getting much more intense, and there's too many of them. There's every single day. There's lots of different earthquakes. This one here as well, US could face magnitude 9 earthquake within days, sparking tsunamis, quake majestic claims. Exclusive, a powerful earthquake measuring up to 9 on the Richter scale could strike Earth this week, potentially bringing a huge tsunami because of the alignment of the planets is a shockingly being claimed. So these are out in the papers as well. These are being reported on news as well, and I just feel that it's important to bring these messages out. Because, again, anything at this point could happen. We are way past our date now for this huge pole shift, and our sun is burning twice as much now, causing these flares to head down towards our Earth, and also for the Earth's core to be affected all the time. This is what's causing these earthquakes because of the coronal holes. Just every single time we need to get the messages out there to see what's going on and being reported around the world. A self-styled earthquake predictor is warning of a magnitude 7, 8 or 9 quake hitting the planet between now and May the 12th. Quake Majestic Frank Hoggerbeats has issued an online major earthquake warning amid fears of big one is on its way, claimed it could cause a huge tsunami. Mr. Hoggerbeats, who is based in the Netherlands, uses a non-scientifically recognized way of predicting earthquakes based on the planetary alignments with Earth. He wrote on his website on the Dictron.org on May the 9th, 2017, 3 planetary alignments coverage, one of which is Earth, Mercury and Uranus. It will be the 3rd time this year that these planets will align, and the previous 2 caused a 6.6 and a 6.9 earthquake magnitude quake respectively. The other alignments around the 9th are Mars, Venus and Saturn, Mars, the Sun, Mercury. This convergence is also close to a full moon on the 10th of May, which is this evening. So please, if anything happens now, we've just got to really prepare for this. Like I said, we just got to keep getting that reports out all the time about this whole situation. And again, Earth harmonics say that the 8+ magnitude earthquake may occur between the 7th and the 10th of May, as time frame that overlaps the 9th of May, because of the alignments converging around the 9th and the full moon on the 10th, which is this evening. These 2 days are the most likely candidates for an 8+ magnitude earthquake. He said, if a mega thrust earthquake does not strike between the 7th and the 10th, we may still see a considerable 7 magnitude earthquake up to 12 at the 12th. He added, a mega thrust earthquake may involve a large tsunami, so it is a good thing to be prepared for a large scale event if you are near a subduction area of the zone area. Because of the west coast of USA, Canada is the only area on the planet that has not had a weight plus magnitude earthquake in the last several decades. This is where I would put emphasizers on. But in general, every subduction zone, especially around the Pacific, can be hit. Scientists agree with Cassandia subduction zone is long overdue of a megaquake, but they do not agree with Mr. Hogebeet's prediction techniques, which have been ridiculed. Mr. Hogebeet claims that the positions of the planets and the moon have an impact on the tectonic plates movement here on Earth. Also again as well on the 10th of May 2017, burst of earthquakes along the Alaskan archipelago area as well. Over there in the Alaskan areas, they're getting hugely affected by these corona holes, and the sun burning twice as much with that binary twin nemesis, and those chemtrails as well. Everywhere around the world, even the beautiful parts of the world, are being heavily affected now. The clock is ticking, and I will read the report of this earthquake. Over the last 2 days, a series of earthquakes had struck the Aleutian Islands in Alaska, near Adak Island. Approximately 8 hours ago, there was a magnitude 5.9, and 2 days ago, there was a magnitude 6.4 struck. While almost no one lives along the portion of the archipelago, the recent swarm highlights a zone where the plate boundaries transmissions from the pure subduction to strike-slip motion. What this means is that in the area of the recent earthquakes there is an oblique subduction of earthquakes, which varying focal mechanisms can occur all the time. So it's like a chain reaction, and it's so dangerous out there as well. So I'm going to go to some more earthquake news. Here's other information coming in as well. Seattle, Tacoma, urban area, Washington. And this will be an earthquake that's happening soon, and there's no damages expected from this quake. Some falling objects and minor cracks are possible though. I mean, these are becoming more intense. There's so many of the small ones coming through, but they will get bigger and worse every time. And these reports are coming out every single day now. They spray in our skies to try and cool the atmosphere to try and stop this, but it's just going to get worse, isn't it? Here's another one, a magnitude 6.2 earthquake strikes near Livermore in California. This one struck on Monday, just gone. The United States Geological Survey reports the preliminary magnitude 2.6 earthquake struck near Livermore, California on Monday. The quake hit at 5:46 p.m. local time at a depth of 6 kilometers. There was no initial word of the damage of the inquiry resulting from the quake. More information on the quake is available on the USGS event page. Just keep tracking these all the time, because I believe it's very important for all of us to catch all the information. This is an image here. This has been recorded by the Soho Cam as well. It's called a high cadence observations of specular typed events on the sun. They keep track of everything, of these huge blasts, and you can see here on this image just becoming very clear, isn't it, that we've got a huge problem. They just track every single thing whatsoever, you know. Here's a new piece of news that's just come out as well. Landslides on Sirius reflecting ice content. As NASA Dawn spacecraft continues exploring Sirius, evidence mounts that the enigmatic dwarf planet retains significant amount of water ice. So there's more news and more information coming out that these objects have got ice on them, and other formulas as well. So just interested to keep an eye on what's going on all the news as well. Here on this Skyline cam as well, and I do go to the Skyline cams a lot in the past as well, and you can see that object, can't you? Now the moon is shining too much bright. Last night as well, it was shining ever so bright. It was lighting up the skies blue, and it's doing this on this screen here as well. We're seeing some strange reflections from the moon, and I believe there's other objects travelling with it as well. because I was up early hours of the morning watching the moon as well, and it was very low. And I've taken some great images of it as well, but the thing is, the colourings are different from what they were before. I mean, the moon is burning ever so bright now. I mean, we're in May 2017. Just isn't right anymore, is it? So I'm going to try another cam. On this other Skyline cam as well, this is called a Benidorm cam. It's a player cam in Benidorm in Spain. Look at that red reflection up in the sky. You can see this, can't you? I mean, again, the plasma as well, but there's a heavenly object that's up there that's illuminating it red as well. You've got that blue and red reflection again up in the skies where them chemtrails are. They're not our natural clouds anymore. They're just spraying it all the time. And those earthquakes are just happening all the time as well. We're seeing a lot of the smaller magnitude earthquakes that be reported, but they don't report the larger ones. They don't want to cause mass panic as well. But these red reflections on the sea here are proving that there's something else travelling with our sun. The sun is becoming a very dangerous object up there in space for us now, humanity. And we urge everybody to just keep your eyes to the skies and notice that the thing is changing. It's white, looking white hot, but we're still getting the dimness on the ground. So just please prepare for this. It's so important. Another cam in Spain as well, the Catrel Santa Marina de la Sede cam. And it's just a situation, isn't it, with those lowest clouds and the pink reflections on the right hand side coming through. The clouds are lowering because we've got a huge problem up there, and the space weather is getting more erratic every single day. And it's like calm before the storm, isn't it? We can feel that something's wrong, and we know that something big's going to happen. We really do. We're just getting closer to the day, aren't we? You can just feel it, can't you, that something's going to go off. Those pink shades in the sky, and then the plasma. There's too much going on up there. There's too much evidence proving that there's something that's going to happen, and it's going to happen soon. I mean, look at the sky on this cam as well. The plasma and the lower cloudings, they look very strange with that pink reflection, the darkness in the sky as well, and this humanity walking around, and they just still don't have any idea what's going on. They still believe the media lies all the time. I mean, there's earthquakes going on around the world. The sun is completely changed. Those heavenly bodies are out there, and that plasma is just getting bigger and much more worse every time. When these objects come closer towards our Earth and we get headed into a huge pole shift event, that'll be it. It's all over. And NASA will turn her back on us. The government will just run down into them underground cities, and they will leave us hanging dry up here on the land. Because, as I said before, that those clouds are just not the same clouds that we got the last couple of years. They're just chemtrails. They got so much thicker now using HARP and that machine, CERN. They're using all of it to try and cover up the whole situation. So every day I urge everybody, humanity, members of the public around the world, to wake up to this whole true event, because you must understand that the skies have changed completely now. So I'm going to go to another cam now. This here is a live USA cam as well, and this is in Yaquini Bay, Newport, Oregon coast. I mean, you can see those cams, can't you, clearly in the skies. And we had this afternoon, the same skies, that pink haze on the horizon, and also that sun that's burning twice as much now, that white sun that's just glaring and burning all the time, attacking our Earth's atmosphere. We're just seeing all of it all the time, aren't we? So just keep going. Let's go and have a look at the jet stream charts. This here is an up-to-date image of the jet stream chart, and you can see clearly here that this is the UK and Europe. And also, I mean, look at these heat spots here on the chart. On the 10th of May 2017, it's just going right past us. It's not doing anything, is it? We've got these cold spots here, and they don't tell us the truth. I mean, it's all over the place now. It used to be a steady flow all through the years in the past, and now it's stopped. But humanity are not awake to this, and we, the subscribers and viewers, really need to wake up people and try and get them to understand that the charts of the jet stream is finished. It really has. You can see on this up-to-date chart as well, the run date, Wednesday, 10th, 5th, 12th. I mean, look at this. I mean, when we go through the jet stream, we can see the changes, but it's not that straight line anymore, is it? And we're watching this all the time, and I'm looking at this chart all the time to see what's going on. And every single day of the month, when I look back at the jet stream chart, I'm noticing huge changes all the time. These hot spots now. Now these weren't as hot as they were before. We're getting this hot flow and also cold spots, and this is what causes a lot of problem with our weather and everything, and this is why they chemtrail, to try and cool everything down, because these charts are just showing the truth as well, that things are breaking up all the time, and we're getting these strange weathers all the time with these charts, thunderstorms, and then heavy rain for short moments of time, and then it's just very hot again. I mean, the sun is burning us all the time. I mean, the chem clouds and the natural clouds are being burnt all the time as well. Because we've got Nibiru out there in the solar system, that's causing a lot of problems to our sun and also our Earth's magnetic field. It's just coming in closer and closer each time now. So we just got to keep studying the charts every single day. Over there as well on the chart, the jet stream forecast chart in the USA, they're getting some serious erratic weather as well. The patterns are just off the scale. 120-mile-an-hour winds. I mean, what is going on? There's just erratic behaviour of the weather patterns all over the world. So it's just crazy, isn't it? This is also a United States chart. Okay, a live satellite chart as well. And it's all chemtrails that you're seeing on the screen here. No natural clouding. We are being poisoned all the time. And it's covering the whole of the United States skies as well. And they're having some erratic weather patterns. I've had a subscriber send me a message in from the USA as well, from outside Boston. And she's saying that they're getting some very strange colours in the skies. They're getting stormy weathers and orange colours, reflections and everything from behind the clouds, and they shouldn't be there. And we're seeing this all the time, these clouds, these strange clouds that are grey with this orange colouring to them, this glow, just very strange. So again, I will check this chart every day to see what I can find, to see the differences of what's going on. So again, it's important to check the jet stream and to check the weather patterns, because every day we're just seeing differences as the Earth is tilted back and forward, and also it is genuinely, the Earth is wobbling all the time. We are getting nothing off the news media, so we have to just keep focused and checking these patterns ourselves all the time. Here also on this live Mexico cam, the Panoramica cam. I mean, again, it's, look at the timestamp there as well, it's 2:29:48 seconds. And all these strange clouds in the sky. I mean, these are the clouds, the hydrogen's being burnt from them. They're doing nothing, and all this above is chemtrails. And the blue sky's gone, it's just a haze. And they're breathing it all in. And we've got this white sun up there that's looking more brighter than the yellow original sun we had before. But again, where it's so bright, it's so dark. Just doesn't make any sense anymore. And these plants and trees, I mean, every time I go to these cams, they just look worse every time. We're seeing some very much different colours in the skies, and also the Earth is completely changed. It really has. Humanity needs to know the truth now. It's so important. So I'm going to try another Mexico cam and see what we can find on that as well. I mean, look at this cam as well, the Majahol cam in Mexico as well. You can see those colours in the skies, and also you can see that the clouds are just doing nothing. The natural clouds are just, our Earth's clouds are disappearing. This, I believe, is HARP. And also there is other colours up there of objects up in the skies as well. It's very hazy and dark. So let's flick through this cam and see what we can find as well. Okay, we're getting a lot of very strange colours on this cam as well. A lot of reds and the plasma as well. We've never seen this before with the sun coming up and rising. Not for the past couple of days. We've been just seeing very much strange skies, haven't we, in these huge different colours as well. So let's flick through the cam. Okay, you can see the timestamp there is... okay, here we go. You can see this golden reflection here from our sun, and this blue reflection, and this red object reflection as well. This on the right hand side. It's always there on the right hand side of the sun before the sun rises. You can see the plasma and also this red reflection, the blue reflection. It's on the sea as well, and the dimness of the sky. You can see this as well. It's very clear, isn't it? Two colours in the sky. All the time we're seeing this. Here it is again, this red and blue reflection. And I do believe that we're seeing it much stronger than we ever have before, that these objects are coming in now. They're coming in a lot stronger than they were before. The skies are very strange. Can you see the natural clouds are just broken away and dying, finished and lowered on the cloud? And these are chemtrails. You can see the lines in the skies. These are all toxins and chemtrails. It's all because the sun is burning so much now, throwing all these super flares towards our Earth all the time. Because we've got those objects that are incoming all the time. I'm going to go to another cam for you. This again, the Taj Mahal cam. You can see the sun that's white hot now. Look at it. It's not that yellow sun anymore. But as it's rising in the skies, you can see this dark reflection. I mean, it's not powerful anymore like the sun that we had before. It's just out of whack, isn't it? The magnetic field of the sun is twisted. I mean, it's causing problems to our Earth as well. Too dark for this object to be up in the sky. Is it the sun? What's going on? I mean, look at these natural clouds being burnt. The chemtrails are there trying to hide it, and we get these dark clouds in front of it all the time. Just very, very strange. If I flick through the cam, we can see what we can find here. I mean, the sun is in a real bad way now, isn't it? I mean, look at the colours and everything in the sky. Very, very strange. I'm going to go to a different cam for you. I've just gone back to this part on this Taj Mahal cam. I mean, look at this. You can see that pink haze on the horizon as well. And as we flip through the cam, again, you've got this orange reflection as well. Not from our sun. It's only 5:48. 4 seconds. The sun hasn't risen yet. But we're getting this orange effect. And this was reported from a lady from outside of Boston, as I said earlier on in the other piece of footage. They're seeing these orangey clouds with the sun that's not about at all. And this blue haze on the opposite side, when the sun comes up with this red, this is another heavenly body. There is a lot of things going on up there in the skies all the time. It's just important to get the messages out there. I mean, look at these chemtrails. Look why they hide this object all the time. It's just annoying what they're doing, it really is, because we just know that something seriously is going on up there in our skies. All the time. This is another Cosmo cam in Mexico as well. Timestamp 6 o'clock AM 4 seconds. Can you see this in the sky? Okay, those chemtrails are hiding this huge object. You can see this pink reflection coming through those chem clouds. And look at the natural clouds, they're just doing nothing as the Earth's magnetic field is being pushed down. I believe it's making a lot of people feel heavy as well. Just not well at all. Every single day as the sun is being burnt. And I mean, look at this. If we go through the cam, you will see this huge array of reflections. And you'll see an object that's reflecting this big huge reflection shadow that's there on the horizon. It's still there and it's still coming through. This pinkness, this colouring is not from our sun. This is not from any other object. This is from Nibiru. This pink reflection. We're seeing it on the NASA cams as well all the time. Can you see this as well? This is lighting up now on the opposite side all the time. We really need to get this out now. It's very important because this is what's causing all the earthquakes. This is what's causing all the trouble with the jet stream all the time. I mean, look at the pinkness on the sea, and we'll see this on the NASA cams all the time, this pink reflection on the opposite side. Because if NASA turned those cameras round, we would see those heavenly bodies. We really would. I mean, look at this. Timestamp is 6:06. We, in the past, never saw these pink clouds. We never saw this. This is because we've got those objects up there. And there's something behind this that's reflecting through now. The greyness is here and the blue skies have disappeared. I mean, look at this and how dark it's got now. I mean, it's so evident, isn't it? Can you see this blue reflection and this object that's covered? This object's being covered all the time. It really is, and we're seeing this now. There is a huge body up there, and that's wormwood that's coming in. It is coming in as the Earth's rotating. We get to see it in the morning skies, and then it disappears down to the northern hemisphere for the southern hemisphere. I mean, it's just all over the place, isn't it now? I mean, you can see this, can't you? It's so evident. Look at this. Huge object that's coming through now on the opposite side. And we've seen this smaller in the past, and it's getting bigger each month as it's coming in. And when it does come in, that's when we get the huge pole shift, when it passes our Earth. I've really got to get these messages out there because I want humanity to understand what's going on. And you've got these orange clouds that are being reported by other subscribers. Just absolutely outstanding. I mean, look at this. We see these black clouds again. This is not our sun. This is another object on the opposite side. Because if it was our sun, we would have these clouds that would be brightening up, reflecting because the sun's on the other side. It's just a mess, isn't it? We really need to wake humanity up because the government are pulling the wool and they're just doing these new elections around the world and they just want us to keep our eyes down. They really do, and it's so important to keep the eyes to the skies. It really is important. Look at this. I mean, there's something that's rising on the opposite side all the time, and I just want to get humanity to understand this. This is another Mexico cam. It's the Panoramica volcano cam. And again, you can see this pink reflection, this haze in the sky. They spray our skies all through the night and day. A reflection coming up. Look at the timestamp, it's 6:20, and you've got another colour in the sky. Not this white hot sun colour that we're seeing up in the sky with that simulator. We're seeing these reflections from the binary twin all the time. And I did see that object in the middle of the early hours of the morning. It was just spectacular a couple of nights ago of that object that's up there. It's just a matter of time now, isn't it? Really, it's just wondering now when this is going to happen because we're seeing so much evidence. I mean, look at the haze all over the place now, trying to cool down them volcanoes and our natural Earth all the time. Look what they've done on this cam as well. This is the Playa La Ordenacia cam, and this is also in Mexico. And look at the way they've chemtrailed to hide those heavily objects. You can see that pink haze on the horizon, and also that blue object. Is that the blue Kachina again? It's just so blue up there in the skies. It really is, and it's so dark on the land. We're just getting it completely different now. I mean, look over here. I mean, the timestamp here, 2:49. I mean, look here, it's so dark, isn't it? This building and the beach is so dark now because we're being eclipsed all the time. And there's been reports that the sun is flashing and dimming, and we see these on the NASA cams. The trees are not growing as well as they are before, and I've said this on other videos as well. I mean, all this is chemtrails. And it's a blanket to pull the wool over humanity's eyes to stop us from seeing these huge objects. This is what they're doing right now. And also, the objects are causing the sun to burn and to produce these huge flares for the coronal holes. It's all just completely in a bad way right now. The power could go down at any time. Tomorrow, the day after. It's just a time to remember now to be strong and also to be close to our loved ones, because humanity and also our loved ones and families need to be protected by us, the ones that are awake to this. So I'm going to quickly show you some NASA Ustream cam images. This is a live now NASA cam. It's live. And again, look at the state of what they're doing in the skies. All this pollution in the skies. It's just disgusting what they're doing. It's outrageous. It really is. Just covering our skies to hide everything what's going on. Because they don't want the mass to be frightened about the space weather, what's going on, and these huge objects. They are very close to us now, causing the Earth to wobble and to tilt back and forth all the time. I mean, I know I say this all the time, but it's true. It's 100% true that we've got this huge incoming system coming through now. And it really is time for everybody to prepare for the biggest event of our lives. Because NASA government will just keep this quiet from all of us. Every single day. And again, I will keep this on, and I will see if I can track any strange colours in the skies, and also that pink reflection that comes through as well in the NASA cams. And we're seeing this through the chemtrails as well, these colourings. So I urge everybody to prep and prepare. And thank you for watching and following the channel, and thank you for all your kind messages that you're sending through to me. And the images that come through as well. I'm going to collect all the images, and I will do a video shortly with the subscribers' images of what they see in the skies as well. So I respect all of you, and have a safe evening from Matt Rogers. Because of the west coast of USA, Casada is the only area on the planet that has not had a weight plus magnitude earthquake in the last several decades. This is where I would put emphasizers on. But in general, every subduction zone, especially around the Pacific, can be hit. Scientists agree with Casada subduction zone is long overdue of a megaquake, but they do not agree with Mr. Hogebeet's prediction techniques, which have been ridiculed. Mr. Hogebeet claims that the positions of the planets and the moon have an impact on the tectonic plates movement here on Earth. Also again as well on the 10th of May 2017, burst of earthquakes along the Alaskan archipelago area as well. Over there in the Alaskan areas, they're getting hugely affected by these corona holes, and the sun burning twice as much with that binary twin nemesis, and those chemtrails as well. Everywhere around the world, even the beautiful parts of the world, are being heavily affected now. The clock is ticking, and I will read the report of this earthquake. Welcome back, it's Matt Rogers, Skywatcher. It's the 10th of the 5th, 2017, and it's now 5:32. And again, we've got some strange weather patterns happening all over the world. A 3.4 magnitude earthquake shakes Puget Sound region. And there's lots of other earthquakes that have been reported all over the world as well. Here's the short report about this earthquake. Puget Sound area early Wednesday. The quake registered at 3.4 magnitude and occurred at 1:15 AM, and it centered about 2 miles northeast of Bremerton in the channel of the small community of Exeter, according to the U.S. Geological Survey earthquake website. The earthquake was about 25 kilometers deep. The shaking was widely felt across the Puget Sound region, according to the USGS felt map. The earthquake, magnitude quake, respectively. The other alignments around the 9th are Mars, Venus and Saturn, Mars, the Sun, Mercury. This convergence is also close to a full moon on the 10th of May, which is this evening. So please, if anything happens now, we've just got to really prepare for this. Like I said, we've just got to keep getting that reports out all the time about this whole situation. And again, Earth harmonics say that the 8+ magnitude earthquake may occur between the 7th and the 10th of May, as time frame that overlaps the 9th of May, because of the alignments converging around the 9th and the full moon on the 10th, which is this evening. These 2 days are the most likely candidates for an 8+ magnitude earthquake. He said if a mega thrust earthquake does not strike between the 7th and the 10th, we may still see a considerable 7 magnitude earthquake up to 12 at the 12th. He added a mega thrust earthquake may involve a large tsunami, so it is a good thing to be prepared for a large scale event if you are near a subduction area of the zone area. There were no initial reports of damage or injuries. This is the latest in the series of small earthquakes that have shaken the region since May the 4th. 30 earthquakes have been recorded since then, mostly underneath Sinclair Inlet. That's the waterway used of the ferry boats to travel between Seattle and Bremerton. See, these earthquakes are small, but they're getting much more intense, and there's too many of them. There's every single day. There's lots of different earthquakes. This one here as well, US could face magnitude 9 earthquake within days, sparking tsunamis, quake majestic claims. Exclusive, a powerful earthquake measuring up to 9 on the Richter scale could strike Earth this week, potentially bringing a huge tsunami because of the alignment of the planets is a shockingly being claimed. So these are out in the papers as well, and these are being reported on news as well, and I just feel that it's important to bring these messages out because, again, anything at this point could happen. We are way past our date now for this huge pole shift, and our sun is burning twice as much now, causing these flares to head down towards our Earth, and also for the Earth's core to be affected all the time. This is what's causing these earthquakes because of the coronal holes. Just every single time we need to get the messages out there to see what's going on and being reported around the world. A self-styled earthquake predictor is warning of a magnitude 7, 8 or 9 quake hitting the planet between now and May the 12th. Quake Majestic Frank Hoggerbeats has issued an online major earthquake warning amid fears of big one is on its way, claimed it could cause a huge tsunami. Mr. Hoggerbeats, who is based in the Netherlands, uses a non-scientifically recognized way of predicting earthquakes based on the planetary alignments with Earth. He wrote on his website on the Dictron.org on May the 9th, 2017, 3 planetary alignments coverage, one of which is Earth, Mercury and Uranus. It will be the 3rd time this year that these planets will align, and the previous 2 caused a 6.6 and a 6.9